All right, here I was working on a 2014 Chevy Silverado with a 5.3 LT package, and it had the code P0480, P0691, and it was a cooling fan relay control circuit. They both pertain to this cooling fan control circuit, and the circuit is this high-speed cooling fan. So it has to do with this wire here. All right. So what basically the PCM is indicating is that it doesn't see this wire, or there's a problem with this circuit. All right. But just in case, I wanted to test my motors here, these fans, and the way these fans are set up is they're basically a little computer in there, and what you have is 3 wires on each. All right. And you have 12 volts coming from the battery. All right. They're each fused, and then you have a ground that just grounds the chassis. So with the car on and the engine running, and I turn on the AC to make sure that these fans are running, I checked these 2 wires. The problem that was happening was these fans weren't running at all. They never were running. So what I did was, again, turn on the car, AC running. I put a little headlight here with this disconnected. I put a headlight on that red, gray, and black to see if I had power and ground. That's a quick test. And I did. My light lit up, and I did that on both just in case, and they both lit up. So that tells me that all this wiring, these fuses are good. So before I call a whole fan assembly, I have to check this wire. You kind of want to make sure you diagnose this correctly, because I think I found a cheap assembly for like maybe $800, and that's not cheap. You know, that's the cheapest, is what I meant to say. So you want to check this brown yellow wire. So with an oscilloscope, I was able to diagnose it pretty quickly. If you don't have an oscilloscope, I guess you could try to ohm test with all this disconnected. There's a connector here, X105. Now show pictures of that, and then disconnect this, check the ohmage from here to here, here to here, and it should be 0. But with the oscilloscope, with everything connected, and one of my probes here, and then another one on the ground, this is what I was getting: 12 volts, a single flat line like this. And you don't want that. What it's supposed to look like is like this. It's supposed to be pulse width modulated up to 12 volts. And basically what this wire does is that the PCM grounds this 12 volts, and that's what makes the fans turn on quick, slow, or quickly. So this is 12 volts provided by the fans, the computer and the fans, and then the PCM grounds it. All right. So this is what it should look like, and this is what I had. So what this told me was that the computers were working; they were sending the 12 volts, but the PCM was not receiving the 12 volts. So there was a problem in this this circuit. All right. So that's how that works. So next, what I did was I went to the middle, which is this X105, the easiest place to test. And I'll show a picture of that X105. I disconnected that. And what I did is I ohm tested there, and I got 0 ohms. And I ohm tested here to here with this disconnected. This is the X1 connector, the top one. Again, I'll show pictures. This is obviously with the car off. And I tested my ohmage here, and I had like 4 to 6 million ohms. So that's really, really high, of course. So there's a problem in this wire. So what I did was, from here, I jumpered the wire to here, turned on the car, turned on my AC, and then the fan started running. All right. And then that was basically it. And the problem is that this wire from here to here goes through an entire loom, pretty long. So if you want to jumper it, you could do that, but the correct way to fix it is disassemble this loom and find where the break is. For the customer, I just jumpered it because he wanted the cheap way, and the faster way. He needed the truck, and he'll bring it back when he has time. And like I said, if you want to jumper it, that works too. To each his own. But I watched other videos. There's not that many others, but one of them said they had the same problem. There was a problem here in this wire, and I found another guy who said he had a problem here at X105. So hopefully that helps you out. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to take a better picture of this schematic and put it at the end of the video. And that's about it. So hopefully that helps out someone. So this is the connector. It was like this. You see it has these connections. It was like this, right? So I just took it off. You got a brown and yellow wire right there. And like I said, I tested it from here. I disconnected this. I tested it from there, from the inside. But I got a jumper wire and it goes to this first one. Alright. Let me zoom out. Alright, and the wire is number 59. I'll show a connector and where you're gonna have to test and where you're gonna have to go.